still working with Jared to figure out, how many they can handle, cause they have to have enough hard hats and all that, so I just said, let me know, so I should know today probably.
But it's probably not for the public, right?
No, yep,
Well, because nobody's ready to move in or anything.
no, not yet, it's still definitely like an active construction area, definitely. Definitely, hi Susan, how are you? Good,
Thank you so much for all your help.
yeah, no problem.
Afterwards, like after I present, is it okay if I just?
Oh, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
And then when I get the letter, you'll just send it to me.
Yes, the signed copy, I'll make sure it gets to you. Good excuse to come out. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, the mics are on. Oh, we got some fair pens here, I see. Nice. I didn't either. I thought they were going like Sunday. All right. Rock and roll. Ready?
Good morning, everyone. Let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The prayer today is from Scripture, John 8:12. I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Amen.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
On August 29th, for item number 1, I approve for the Department on Aging the hiring of Nicole Scabo to the position of part-time Adult Day Services Assistant, number 1041-1, to be effective September 15th, 2025, at the rate of $19.23 per hour with a one-year probationary period. This offer of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions. On August 29th, I also approved for the Department on Aging the hiring of Mary Ann Fletcher to the position of part-time Adult Day Services Assistant, number 1041-1, to be effective September 22nd, 2025, at the rate of $19.23 per hour with a one-year probationary period. This offer of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions. On September 3rd, 2025, I approved for the Department on Aging an unpaid personal leave of absence for Matt Samarge, Recreation and Education Assistant, for up to 32 hours or 4 days during the period of September 2nd, 2025 through September 5th, 2025. This will extend his probationary period by 32 hours or 4 days. For item number 2, on August 29th, 2025, I approved the appropriations transfer from the engineer's office in their road and bridge fund and a supplemental appropriation from the auditor's office in the general fund to increase the balances of their county real estate tax expense accounts to cover the charges for the second half of the 2025 tax collection and distribution. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Adrian Gordon with the Commissioner's Office. Today's financials include a supplemental appropriation from the Commissioner's Office in the Building Improvement Fund to cover the encumbrance for the barn roof at maintenance. There's a cash transfer from the Board of Elections from their election revenue fund to the Special Election Fund for monies that are being prepared to be sent back to the Secretary of State from the last special election. And among the vouchers are $125,555.18 from the county engineer to Roniak Paving Incorporated for pay request number 1 of the Butternut Road reconstruction project.
I move to approve the financials.
Second. Aye.
Commissioner Brackey?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWark?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Adrian. For item number 4, we have Dr. Susan Emmons joining us today. Come on up, Susan, to the table. She is the Associate Dean from the College of Applied and Technical Studies with Kent State University. She's here today to ask the board for their support in signing a letter of support that's been prepared for their Bachelor's of Applied Studies in Applied Organizational Leadership. So, Susan, if you can maybe just explain to the board a little bit about why you're here today, that would be
Sure.
great.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this program, it's not been approved, it's still in the draft and proposal stage. We've not gone through all of our internal approvals yet at the university. But one of the things that is helpful as we're doing that is to have the support of the communities that which we serve at our regional campuses. For a degree such as this is, we're proposing a reduced credit bachelor's degree, which is different than a traditional bachelor's degree in that a traditional bachelor's degree is usually 120 credit hours. This would be 90 credit hours. And this is a new type of degree that's been approved through our Higher Learning Commission has approved these types of degrees to be offered. So our college would like to pursue this with this proposed degree as well.
So is it still like a BA or a BS or?
It's a Bachelor's of Applied Studies.
Okay, so it's,
It would be not a BA or a BS, but it would be a different
I see.
bachelor's degree.
So it's it's like a different category.
Correct, and it would allow
Okay.
students to complete full-time in 3 years versus the traditional 4-year degree.
Okay. And why are you pursuing this path as opposed to like a post-bac or a master's?
Right, so our college, the College of Applied and Technical Studies, we focus on, our degrees are offered through the regional campuses of Kent State.
Okay.
And so most of our degree programs are at we do certificates, the associate degrees. We have a few select bachelor's degrees.
Okay, I
So
see.
we felt like this type of degree, we don't really do master's programs in our college. So this type of degree would serve, a population of learners where they could, if they're working for a company, for instance, and they want to pursue their a leadership degree to advance in their career paths. This would be very helpful, as well as learners looking to, get into this type of leadership role in their companies.
And so, I mean, since it's not even approved by your board, I
Right.
assume this isn't an accredited program at this point.
Well, we would, it would not have any, our university's accredited, but it wouldn't have any specific accreditation, like a third party, like one of our healthcare programs would.
Okay.
Right, but right now, we're in the proposal stage, so one of the things that's really helpful is that if we can go to our various communities, organizations like yourself, to get support and really find out if this is a degree that, you would support, and if learners would be coming out with this degree program, would you employ them? Would you offer them, it's something of value to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of my questions was going to be, like, as far as this letter, what benefit is the letter to Kent State, and like, how are you going to use it? And so you're going to use it to get this program off the ground, is that correct?
Right, so one of the things that we, as we were ushering it through our internal approval process, as well as it has to go to the state and then to our Higher Learning Commission, throughout the whole process, as the individual committees are approving it, they like to see that it's not just an idea that we have, but it's also supported by the business community and the government, or, the different communities in which we serve, different organizations in those communities, whether it's, healthcare or government or business or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, like, it's hard for me to sign off at this letter with like what little I know about the program. Like, we don't know the curriculum. I don't know anyone, obviously, who's ever gone through the program. I haven't sat through a class.
Right.
So, to say like, I support a reduced credit bachelor's degree program, I'm like, I don't really know. This is my first time I've ever heard of a reduced credit bachelor's
Yeah,
degree
and it's new.
program.
It's relatively new. There's just been, they was recently approved last September from Higher Learning Commission
Okay.
for their schools to be able to offer it. A few other states have other learning accrediting bodies like Middle States and the various different accrediting bodies decide, what type of degrees they're going to approve.
Yeah.
So it's relatively new for universities within the Higher Learning Commission.
Right, yeah, I mean, my sister is in higher ed, and I asked her, hey, what is this? And she had no idea, so
That's what,
I figured it was probably a pretty new
right.
program. I mean, I think most of our directors already have bachelor's degrees, correct? So it's hard for me to see why someone would want a second bachelor's degree after.
Well, I don't think they'd want a second one. This would be if you didn't have one.
I see.
This would be,
Okay.
it wouldn't be for somebody who already has a degree.
I
It
see,
would be for somebody who doesn't have a degree.
okay,
That's, yeah, if you already had a degree, you would probably want to pursue, like you said, a post-baccalaureate or a master's degree program.
okay. I don't know, do you gentlemen have any other questions?
I'm fine with, preparing a support letter for this program, something to lift up a little bit from, a regular college degree to up it up a little bit. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm supportive of you having, other revenue streams generally, but for me, this letter goes further than I'm comfortable signing, just to be fair with you.
So I guess I just need to understand, so what areas of education is this going to be like? Is it going to be for?
Sure, so this would be, you mean what, so the degree program that we're proposing is applied organizational leadership. So the elements of the degree will be very similar to our traditional bachelor's degree programs in that it has all of the elements of the Kent Core, which is our general education foundation. It'll have all the elements of our upper division requirements of 39 upper division hours that are found in our traditional degree. What we've kind of eliminated is a lot of extra electives in there. And then the core of it will be an organizational leadership type coursework.
And
But
like which electives have you guys eliminated in this?
Well, we just didn't include the additional 30 hours of other coursework that you would find in order to get to 120 hours.
It's like whatever people wanted, like psychology or, vastly leaving or whatever, right?
Which sometimes probably makes sense too, right? Because it's not something that, people are spending money to go through that process and, and they basically need to do it to get to it, that this probably curtailing some of that and eliminating it and staying mission specific, I think probably does make sense, right?
Right, for a very, and we're not saying that this is a degree for all people.
Right.
But, it's, really looking at, if you're in an organization and you're looking to advance in your career path, this might be the correct path for you because we're really focusing on those leadership skills.
Are you think this is going to be mostly an online degree?
It's going to be, we're proposing it as mostly online or online, yeah.
Okay.
So give those students that flexibility to pursue it online if they would like to.
Right.
And will there still be the availability of some of the students that, are involved in the classes, like over at Berkshire, where they're acquiring, that would go towards this too?
Sure, if you're taking, like I said, there's going to be the complete set of our Kent core courses. So typically, when students are taking courses, like their English, their math, their psych, their social, all those things will go for this particular degree. Yeah, they could apply it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes change is good, right? So if that sounds like something that you guys are exploring, I would support it to try to get it looked at. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but at least you tried, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just lines in this letter, like, we estimate that 10 or more current or future staff members could benefit from this. I mean, our staff members already have bachelor's degrees, so I don't see how they would benefit. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm like I said, I'm generally in favor of any private organization having increased revenue streams, but this specific letter, I just don't agree with.
Okay. Is there something we can do to change that letter, or, we can
Yeah, I
sort of
mean,
modify that?
yeah, if it was modified, like I said, things like we recognize the value of a reduced credit bachelor's degree program. This is my first time hearing about it, so I don't recognize the value of it yet. I mean, maybe in 10 years after I meet someone that has one, I would recognize that value, but, my experience is just with a traditional bachelor's degree.
Right. So if I could send you additional information on it, would that be helpful?
It would be helpful in executing a letter, but still not this one. I mean, just to be real with you, if I'm not sitting in the classroom, I don't know someone that's been through the program. It's just my personal bar for kind of endorsing this program is pretty high, and maybe unreasonably so. I guess I just feel like there's a lot of, and I don't say this against Kent State personally, but there's just a lot of people right now that have degrees that are worthless. And so I just think we need to be careful about what we say is a good program and not, because.
And again, we haven't launched it, we haven't had
I
it approved
understand.
yet, so,
Right.
that's.
You feel comfortable, Jim?
Yeah.
I'll make the motion.
I second the motion.
Commissioner Spitaleri?
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey?
No.
Commissioner Dvorak?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Morning.
Good morning, Zach McLeod, Frank Antonucci, Automatic Data Processing Board. We are here today requesting that the commissioners approve the resolution to permit Middlefield Township, the Board of Trustees, to come under the ADP board. This is an ongoing issue, so I am going to be as careful what I say in public as possible, but they had a very serious cyber breach about 2 weeks ago. It's one that we've never seen before. It was actually really impressive. They contacted us kind of immediately. We advised, went out there, talked to them, reviewed some of the information, and recognized that their existing network is not something they can use going forward. And they just sort of said, please help us. And that started the ball on this then.
Okay. Yeah, my question was, what services are you expecting to provide? Because usually you come here and you're like, I don't know, we're just entering a preliminary discussion, but it seems like this is a little more than preliminary, how you're putting out a fire.
That is correct, and based on the level of breach that we saw, it would be everything in the IT environment.
Okay, so this is a soup to nuts kind of services.
Understanding that their current technology environment is fairly minimal anyway.
Okay.
But yes, it would be everything that they would need because of what happened.
Okay, and which of the townships is not under an ADP agreement at this
So
point?
you ask me that every time, and I
I
sort
know,
of sit here and
because
rattle
it's
stuff.
just, we keep adding one, so I'm like, who's left? Because I'm worried about them.
Well, this time I did my due diligence and wrote them down.
Yeah.
Because normally you ask me and I sit here and start fumbling through. So currently, we have Bainbridge, Auburn, Russell, South Russell Village, Chardon Township, Chardon City, Newberry, Burton Township, Burton Village, Hamden, Ottville, Parkman. We're talking to Middlefield, we've been talking to Huntsburg and Thompson. So that would put Chester, Munson, Troy, who we've also talked to as well.
Okay. Was Parkman on that list?
Parkman is on that list,
Oh,
yes.
okay, I missed it.
Yes, we
Okay.
have so the board had approved that a month and a half ago or something like
Okay.
that. We've been onboarding and working with them, and I think we're going out for deployment here soon. We
Yeah,
just
it
finished
seems
the
like
Newberry one.
between this and Burton Township, I mean, those were serious breaches. So,
Burton
that
Township,
says yes.
I mean, Burton Township sort of scared us a lot, and then we saw this and thought, well, Burton Township wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And there's also, so some of this is that response piece, right, and then helping out, and then some of it is, like Newberry, they jumped like, hey, boy, we need to be in compliance in the future here. So a
Right.
lot of this with the revised code change, what is it, 9.64 or whatever, that goes into effect September 30th. That requires all these entities to have cybersecurity programs and meet certain standards.
Right,
And
right.
essentially, none of these townships at that point had that ability to do
Okay.
that. We will have our entire program approved by the ADP board, hopefully Tuesday of next week. And then I believe it has to come before the county commissioners the following week for approval, so we'll be looking for that on the 16th. Based on the requirements of state law, then, we have to have certain minimal requirements in place by September 30th, which we'll easily meet. And then we have to have our full cyber program done by January 1st of 2026, which we will meet assuming the board approves that on the 16th. So we'll be months ahead of that, and probably one of the first in the state to meet compliance with the revised code section. And then all of the townships, municipalities, and I want to say that the code uses the term special district, would need to be in compliance in July of '26. However, if these entities are under the ADP board, then they're automatically under compliance. So I think a lot of them are looking at that and just
Okay.
saying, just do this for us, we don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, we've also seen an uptick with OTARMA in terms of how they represent townships and what their expectations are as well. And the townships are getting inundated with these cybersecurity requirements and everything, and they can't meet them on their own. And then even, Kathy had reached out to Amy and I yesterday and just said, hey, we've now got this Corsa reporting information. And it was basically precipitated by, or fell because of the law change. So we have to get into compliance with that. And again, this will put us all in compliance.
Okay. Is there discussion with some of these stragglers that haven't come under ADP, or do they have separate IT?
So in terms of,
Like Chester et al., whoever the.
yeah, Chester has its own IT.
Okay.
I believe Munson does their own IT as well, but I'm not totally familiar with that environment. So Troy would be the other one that we've been talking to.
Okay.
The larger ones, we have the legacy larger ones who've been great partners. So you look at Bainbridge or Auburn
Right,
or Russell,
right.
that's great. But some of the other larger central, the western ones want to do their own thing. I don't know. That's sort of up to them whether or not they comply if they're
Yeah.
not with,
No, I mean,
if they're
I
not
just
with
don't,
Geauga.
I don't want them to just be on their own, and then, you're coming forward with another fire you have to put out. So that's just my concern.
And that's a great point. And if you look at the size of those, that's not just a, hey, let's run out there and knock out Middlefield in a week kind of a thing. Those are massive migrations. It's a discussion we'll have to have going forward.
Okay, very good.
Where does the villages and the one city stand with their cybersecurity?
So we currently have agreements and support South Russell Village, Burton Village, Chardon City. Right? Yeah. So not Aquila, obviously, anymore, and not Middlefield Village.
Okay,
So that's it right now. So really, it'd be just Middlefield Village at this point.
Maybe the- yeah.
got it.
But they're pretty technologically savvy over there.
Good.
So I move to approve item number 5.
Second?
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeWort.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. As I
Thank
said,
you,
we'll get
guys.
documents prepared here in advance in terms of the cybersecurity program, and then I'm, certainly, there's a lot to it, so I'm happy to have a discussion with any of you, just to give you the information before that, because we're talking about, dozens and dozens of boring IT documents and pages. So, thank you.
Don't say it boring to Zach. He thinks they're interesting.
I know, but we think they're boring, so let's just be honest.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Jessica.
Good morning. Jessica Bolt, Director, Geauga County Department on Aging. I am here this morning with a contract modification for our Older American Act programs through the Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging. I've been working with them for a while to get some of our funded programs increased because our services have really ramped up, our funded services, and out of my request, one has been approved. So, and that is for our transportation vouchers for our adult daycare program. So we are able to get an additional 478 transportation vouchers, so they're giving us $10,000 for that. So that increased our contract from $568,000 to $578,000 to provide those additional vouchers for our adult daycare clients throughout the
Is
rest
that
of the year.
a federal grant?
Federal
Jessica?
grant, Older Americans Act grant. So right now, we're not sure how the future grants are going to shake out. They have until the end of September for that to go through federally. So we're uncertain how the future is going to look for our Older Americans Act federal funding.
Okay. Do they prefer older Americans or seniors?
Right now, we use the term senior citizens, but as far as the federal dollars go, it's Older American
All
Act
right.
funding.
All right. I move to approve item number 6.
Second?
Commissioner Spitaleri.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeVore.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Austin.
Good morning, Commissioners. Austin Rice, EMA. So I have 2 items today, and I guess I'll preface that by saying, again, thank you for the appointment for director.
Yeah,
But
congratulations.
Yes, but because of that, of course, there's a vacancy for deputy director. So that's what we have today is approval for the new job description for deputy director, as well as approval for the posting. The job description is very similar to what it was before. We just did some updates, DES to EMA, grammatical changes, a few lines here and there, but it's basically the same document. And for the posting, that would be an external job posting. We just thought, there's some good internal candidates perhaps that may apply, but we just want to make sure we're getting the right person for the job. So we'll just go straight to it, forget the middle step, and just go straight there, and we'll see who we get applications-wise. And then there'll be a small board with me. I don't know who the panel will be yet, but I'm still trying to figure that out. But to help me go through the applications and interview process before we come up with a recommendation.
Okay.
So there'll be a similar panel
Yeah.
exercise?
Yeah,
Okay.
it seemed like a pretty nice standard model we want to try to aim for, so.
Yeah.
So I thought.
I think that worked well.
Yeah.
Be involved.
Yeah, I think it's good to get that feedback from other people too, especially
Yeah,
when,
exactly.
like with you, everybody was on board. They were like, you were the clear #1 choice. And so I think that.
Yeah, and maybe the internal candidate's good, maybe it's someone else, but to confirm that, this is
Yeah.
how we'll know. So,
Right. No, I
Yeah.
think that's because, sometimes you're concerned about people internally being promoted that maybe shouldn't be, right?
Yeah, exactly, so that's what I thought would be the best.
Okay. Did you want to read these two, or should we just approve 7 and 8?
The Emergency Management Agency is requesting the board approve the revised job description for the position of Deputy Director number 1711 to be effective September 4th, 2025. The Emergency Management Agency is requesting the board grant permission to advertise for the position of Deputy Director number 1711. This position will remain posted until filled.
I move to approve items number 7 and 8.
Second?
Commissioner Spitaleri.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeVore.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 9, the Commissioner's Office is requesting the board move into executive session for the purpose of discussing the employment and compensation of public employees pursuant to ORC 121.22G1. And Gina will be joining us for the first portion.
All right, I move to approve.
Second?
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Okay, I have you in at 9:55.
Hi, Dana, how are you?
We have action.
Yes. We're back from executive session.
We have action on one item. Do you need the language? The intern? No.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the board approve hiring Maximus Rios to the temporary position of Public Relations Communications Intern number 1332 to be effective September 8, 2025 at the rate of $15 per hour. The offer of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions.
I move to approve.
Second?
Commissioner Spitaleri?
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
And Christy, have you heard from,
He's here.
Okay.
He's actually
Okay,
standing.
wonderful.
He's actually standing right there. He was sitting in the lobby.
okay,
So then it would be, we're going to add an executive session.
Yes.
So it would be to the Commissioner's Office is requesting the board move into executive session for the purpose of discussing pending litigation pursuant to ORC 121.22 G3.
I move to approve.
Second?
Commissioner Spitaleri?
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
and Prosecutor Flays will be joining us.
Yes. Okay.
Please. We're back from executive session.
No action.
Item number 10.
Yes, Commissioners, I just wanted to talk with you briefly about the week session on the 16th. We're going to do our normal session here, deconvene, and then reconvene at the courthouse to give you a walkthrough. So I'm talked with Jarrett yesterday, the owner's rep from NV5, and just kind of getting some of the details. So I think by the end of the week, in my usual email to you at the end of the week, I'll be able to provide an update. I'd like to also open it up to the directors, if you'd be open to that. So just making sure we have enough hard hats, closed-toed shoes, all those kinds of details, that my goal is to provide that to you so that you can come prepared that day for a walkthrough. We'll spend some time, I think, looking at some of the finished spaces to give you a little bit of preview of everything, what some of the more finished areas look like, some of the furniture, accoutrements, if you will, of the building itself, as well as if there's anything specific that you'd like to see, please let me know. We can make the best use of your time. So that's our plan for the 16th. Was there anything else that I missed, Christine?
Approximate time frame after the meeting.
I think we were saying like 11:30 based on the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
right.
if that would work for you. So I just want to see if you had any questions or if you have any specific portions of the courthouse that you'd like to spend time seeing. I can then coordinate that with Jarrett.
Thank you.
No problem. That's all I had.
And anything else? Okay. Okay, item number 11, public comment.
Diane Jones, Auburn Township. Several weeks back, there was a discussion about, I believe there were 6 possible headings for the bronze plaque. I imagine down on the first floor of the courthouse, and nothing more has been stated about that, about either narrowing of topics or a final decision on how to handle the presence of a bronze plaque or to save $6,000. So would be curious for.
That's under review, and thanks for asking that question.
Amy, did you want to add something?
I can add. I went ahead, and since we were unable at this point, at least to reach a decision, I went ahead and asked them to submit it as a project credit. So it's about a $6,000 credit back towards the project itself. And then potentially at a later date, we can maybe look at a brass plaque instead of a bronze plaque, which would also save us some additional funds. So it's going to be tabled until later, but for now, it's a credit on the project.
Okay, so actually, a maximum credit then of $6,000.
Approximately 6,000. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
Anastasia Nicholas, Chagrin Valley Times. My question is for Commissioner Spilleri. I was just wondering, I haven't heard you talk about the property tax initiative, but I saw a post that there was going to be like a signing event at your store, so I just want to know like your stance about that initiative.
Yeah, they asked if they could do it, and I told them they could.
Okay. Any other public comment?
Could you comment, just like, do you have a stance on that as a commissioner?
I think leave it up to the voters.
Okay. Hearing no more public comment, I make a motion. Oh, there's one more.
Howard, South Russell Village. We still don't have the signs up on either 44 or Aquila Road stating that this building here. So the best way to explain where this building is to say, follow the signs for the Department of Elections. They are the only people with signs up that shows us where this building is. That's 4 years ago. Using it as an example, the Beehive is doing their work over at East Washington Street. They put up their signs long before the building was ever completed. 4 years ago, this building should have had signs up out on 44. Today, we don't even know where the sheriff's department is, or the dog warden,
Okay.
or anything.
Amy, you want to
I can
pick
take,
up on that?
yes, Commissioner, I could take that one too. So I believe it was maybe a session or two back, we approved the change order for that specific contract. We had added 2 additional signs specifically for this building to go at each entrance, so the one off Ravenwood and the other one off Merritt. I asked the company to go through zoning again, just to make sure, you know, as the new person, that I'm doing right by the townships and as far as zoning goes. So we're running those 2 additional signs past zoning, and then we're off to print.
What about the sign up on 44 or on
Yes.
Killer Road? Are you gonna have signs there?
Yes, so at all the major entrances, there'll be one at Merritt, one at Ravenwood, and then one on Aquila, pointing everybody in towards the campus. I've also asked the company to print, you know, one sign first, let me come out there and kind of, you know, quality check it, and then they can go ahead and print the rest. So I just want to kind of make sure it meets the standard that we're paying for. So I would imagine before the winter, I don't have an actual install date, because like I said, we're still kind of going through zoning as a final check, because I didn't want to start installing things and then zoning has an issue with something. So just kind of taking that extra measure. So I'd imagine before the holidays. I can't promise anything, but I don't imagine zoning taking that long. But thank you for the.
Not another 4 years.
Oh, absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And when this process started, Clarendon Township didn't have this in their zoning for whatever, you know, government buildings, signs. So they had to create, so we had to wait a little bit for them to create that in their zoning. So there's been a couple of delays along the way.
Jim, who authorized the hospital sign? It's been there for years,
That's Munson.
and it's on our property.
Probably Munson Township, but that was before my time, so, here.
But at least they put a sign up.
Oh, it's big, too.
And the sign that they use should be similar to the sign. We should have a neon sign up there, changing things around and being able to present the qualities of the county to the people that drive by. I mean, it's embarrassing to see little signs, buckle up and everything else, that represent the county, and see what the Department of Elections has done, which gave us more indications of what's here than anybody has ever put up before. So I've been coming to these meetings for many years, and hopefully in the future they'll be planning ahead so that we don't have this problem. But this was mentioned many times in the past. Thank you.
Okay. Any other public comment?
Before we adjourn, though, I just wanted to say that I thought the fair was just a great success this year. Merchant Huddle 2 worked out really well, and just wanted to thank all of our staff who worked so hard to make that work. And I know Christy worked really hard on the Bell Building. Gina led the charge on Merchant Hall 2. I know you, Mr. DeWark, were putting up tables, and I got a lot of positive feedback about that space. And,
Oh, good. Yeah, with Merchant Hall
worked out
too, it was experimental for this year and next year, ramping up for America 250 Geauga. And we named that building Geauga County Services. And everybody that was in there has something to do with serving Geauga County residents. So it was, got a lot of good feedback, and it was, again, next year to be experimental. And we, you know some things that can be improved, and we'll work on that, so.
Yeah, and it was a record attendance, I guess, at the fair this year, and I thought the sheriff's office just did a great job, as they always did. There was a little incident one night with some unapproved fireworks, and they just really sprang to action quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Kept everyone safe, so it was
Yeah.
a great event for Geauga, as always.
Yes. Okay. All right. I make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.